In order to determine if an account is worthy of pursuing, or if you are investing your time on a worthwhile business opportunity, or even the right contact person, what critical qualifying questions should you be asking? Inquire about the nature of the company's or organization's business. What do they do? Where do they do it? Geographic markets they service. Who do they do it for? Their customers. And what other choices are there for this type of product or service? Primary competition. Say something like this. This is my first time calling on XYZ company, and I was wondering if I could ask, what does the company do? Then, depending on how receptive the person is to responding, you can keep it brief or expand on this original question. Gather general information about the company, organization, and/or industry. Uncover what they are doing currently, if anything, why they are doing it that way, how long they have been doing it the way they are, any potential shortcomings of the present system or systems or processes, who made the decision to do it that way, and why they did it if possible. Ask questions about open-mindedness to uncover whether or not they will consider alternatives if there are compelling reasons to do so. Find out what their internal process is for considering change. What would motivate you or your organization to make a change? What is the decision-making process? Qualifying customer needs. During the needs assessment, while you are qualifying the opportunity, your goal is to establish the degree of difficulty present. In scenario number 1, in the graph, the black line represents the results the customer was expecting based on their current situation. The green line represents the actual performance or results they are receiving. The yellow line represents the anticipated performance or what they think they should or could be receiving in terms of performance or results. The gap between the green line and the yellow line represents the perceived opportunity for improvement. The greater the gap is, the more motivated the customer is to consider other alternatives or solutions. Scenario number 2 presents a very different situation. In the graph, the black baseline represents the results the customer was expecting based on their current situation. The red line represents the actual performance or results they are receiving. The gap between the black line and the red line represents a shortfall and demand for improvement. The greater the gap is, the more motivated the customer is to consider other alternatives or solutions. Scenario number 3 presents a third possibility. In the graph, the green baseline represents the actual performance or results that the customer is receiving. The black line represents the results the customer was expecting based on their current situation. The gap between the green line and the black line represents no perceived opportunity for improvement. This gap represents an unmotivated customer who won't be interested in other alternatives or solutions. Prospects are motivated to see you for their reasons, not yours. We call these reasons primary motivating factors. What might motivate a prospect to schedule an appointment with you or agree to continue to speak with you? Why should a prospect agree to meet with you? Here are some examples of typical primary motivating factors that a prospect may have. You can help them generate more profit. The product or service will significantly increase productivity. The need for security, protection, reassurance, and/or peace of mind. Better quality product. More reliable delivery. Consistent service. Consolidated billing. Perceived as a value-added supplier or service. Flexibility, customer-oriented. Customized services, packaging, etc. Ability to solve a specific problem or relieve a stress. Dissatisfied with or mistreated by current supplier. Desire to shake things up. Become a hero within the company. Your professional expertise. Save money, more for less, quantity discounts. How do you identify the primary motivating factors of either the individual that you are calling on or the company? To identify the primary motivating factors of either the individual that you are calling on or the company, gather quality information while cold calling in person or by phone by asking general questions about the decision maker that you will be calling on and the company or industry that they work in. Learn everything you can about the decision maker's personality and what might motivate them to consider alternative suppliers. Educate yourself on the products and services that the client or prospect manufactures or markets, or the clientele that they service or sell to. Investigate the economic climate and politics of the company. Ask others that you work with who may have more experience with either the industry, the company, or the individual that you are calling on. Do your research before calling by looking into their account history, doing an internet search, viewing their website, and also their social profiles. Talk to end users, those who actually use the product and/or service, and come into direct contact with the supplier. Scheduling appointments can be difficult. What common stumbling blocks are we likely to encounter with the decision maker? Status quo, complacency, fear of the unknown, us, close-minded, skeptical, relationships with our competitors, loyalties, lack of interest, no priority, not considered an important issue. Negative experience with our company previously. Don't like salespeople. No sense of urgency. Voicemail. Call ignore. Identifying and getting to the decision maker. Indifference. Our own. Purchaser with no backbone. Won't make changes. Afraid of making mistakes. Learning Spotlight number 3. It's time to review what we've covered so far. Each question in the quiz has a 90-second time limit, and the quiz has a 15-minute time limit. You cannot pause the quiz once you begin. The quiz includes many types of questions, including true or false, drag and drop, multiple answers, etc. Read the questions carefully and make sure you understand what is being asked before submitting your response. Many of the questions or variations of them will be included in the final exam. You will be graded, and the passing grade for the quiz is 70%. You will have 3 chances to attain a passing grade. If you fail to attain a passing grade after 3 attempts, you will be locked out of the course. You will have an opportunity to review the quiz responses upon successful completion. If you wish to review the previous slides and sections, do so before advancing. Upon completion of the quiz, please click on the green Next button with the white arrow in order to advance to the next step in the learning path. This concludes step number 6 of the learning path. Please click on the green Next button with the white arrow in order to advance when you are ready to proceed.